Hi guys, and welcome back to another QR Code series episode. So today we have a very special team. So last week I put out a question for you guys to kind of throw down your ideas and teams that you want to see on this channel. And Andrea, one of the channel viewers, very kindly put one of his QR code teams up for me to use. So I did say that I would use it this week, so here we are, and it's a super interesting team. It looks very fun and I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing it today. So we'll just quickly go over it for you guys at home watching this right now. So you can see the team on your screen. We have the Gigalith. It has the assault vest, so it's going to be extremely bulky with that sand stream up, sandstorm up, and then to kind of complement that, we've got the Stoutland with the sand rush ability. It's got the Normalium Z, so it's got a huge Giga Impact stab normal type move to take advantage of if we need to. It's got the Ice Fang and After You, very interesting choice there. So in the sand stream, the sand rush ability on Stoutland doubles its speed, so it's going to be probably outspeeding most things when sandstorm's up, and then After You will allow your opponent, your partnering Pokemon to go straight after the After You is taking place, so giving a speed boost theoretically to anything that you're partnering at the time. So it can come in very handy for things like Buzzwole, Arcanine, and even Tapu Fini if you need to get attacks off before your opponent can get off their attack. Then we've got the Tapu Fini and the Madibuzz that make up the other part of the team core. Obviously the Madibuzz with the Misty Seed, so we'll get that boost under the Misty Terrain when the Tapu Fini launches that onto the field. And we've got nice support moves there again with Foul Play, Tailwind for the whole entire team, Taunt and Roost just for its longevity. And then a really interesting choice, and one I'm really looking forward to, is the Buzzwole. Now Buzzwole, because of its bug fighting type, it's a very nice switch into Gigalith, and kind of vice versa really, because of the fire type moves and the flying type moves that are super effective on Buzzwole. Gigalith takes quite nicely, and then the ground type attacks that you predominantly see being launched at Gigalith, you can switch in Buzzwole and be able to eat those up all day long. So very nice. And we've got the Fight Team Z on the Buzzwole, so that all-out pummeling will be super nice to take advantage of. Just to round it off, we have the Ice Punch and the Poison Jab, and then we've got the Arcanine, which is more of an offensive Arcanine that we've normally seen myself run, so it's going to be really interesting to kind of play with that. As I say, I do really like offensive Arcanine. It's not something I've kind of got the hang of yet, but I do want to keep playing more and more offensive Arcanines, so this is going to be super fun to play, guys. As always, I will put the link for this QR code in the channel description, so if you guys want to go out and try it, test it out, go ahead. I'll put the link there, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun to kind of play with. And thanks again to Andrea for the team. Massive shout out to him for that. So, and also guys, just a quick reminder, if you have ideas for the future, we have started making kind of a list now for the next couple of weeks for the QR code series, but get your requests in now and we'll just continue that list and keep getting through them, and we will get around to playing the teams that you guys want to see. So without further ado, guys, we'll jump over to my DS screen where you see I have the team already loaded up, and we will jump straight onto the Battle Spot ladder and get some games underway. Yeah, really excited to play this team. Stoutland's another Pokemon that I like. I do have a lot of interest in trying out this season, so it's going to be fun to kind of play, especially with that Sand Rush ability. It puts a lot of pressure on straight away, and After You is a very nice kind of tech move to really benefit the rest of your team. So let's see how we get on. We have our first opponent of the day, and they are running a Double Duck team. So Pelipper, Golduck, Metagross, Mimikyu, Snorlax, and Arcanine. So there's a few similarities there with the team that we've been running in the School of Hard Knocks with the Double Duck and the Metagross. But then to make up the rest of that, you've got that Mimikyu Snorlax combination. So we need to be very careful with that. The Arcanine obviously as well, providing the Intimidate support. But because we've got the Gigalith, we don't need to worry too much about the Double Duck core there. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Now I could lead Gigalith Stoutland, and that would be fine. But I think I'm more inclined to lead my Tapu Fini and Madibuzz on this occasion, just because I don't think the Rain Lead will come out. I do want to bring Buzzwole. Thing is, we probably need the Arcanine for that Metagross, and the Intimidate as well. Will be nice. But we could bring the Gigalith just as a backup, I think, maybe. What are we gonna do? No, I'll lock in with Arcanine, and we'll go with those 4. We'll not bring the Gigalith Stoutland this game. So hopefully we conclude that next game. But I'm just a bit wary about that Metagross, so I feel a lot more comfortable bringing the Arcanine, so we've got a definite answer for it. We've got a nice switch into it, and we've got a nice way to kind of hit it for really good damage with those big fella bits. So we're going to lead off with our Tapu Fini Madibuzz. We'll see my opponent lead off with the Mimikyu and Snorlax. So, the thing that we've got to be careful of here is the Mimikyu could go straight for a taunt onto my Madibuzz, which would not be ideal at all. But if it goes for the taunt, then at least it's not getting the Trick Room up this turn. So I'm going to go for a taunt with my Madibuzz onto that Snorlax and just a Muddy Water with my Tapu Fini. Because the Mimikyu can only go for one of 2 options. So it looks like it's actually going to go for the Trick Room here. So we get the Muddy Water off. We will break the disguise and get an accuracy drop onto that Mimikyu. And we will get the taunt off onto the Snorlax. So the Trick Room probably will go up here, but at least we've stopped. Oh, so here comes a Z move. And it's a Shattered Psyche. Is that a Shattered Psyche? Oh, it's a Z Trick Room. Okay, that makes sense. So just guaranteeing the Trick Room in case the taunt was coming onto that slot. So Trick Room is up, but we're not in too bad a position here. I think I'm just gonna go for Muddy Water, and I'm gonna switch in the Buzzwole. Should I switch in the Buzzwole, or should I just go for a Foul Play? I think I'm just gonna go for a Foul Play. I'm just gonna keep on chipping that Snorlax down. So we see the Facade come out, the Facade, sorry, from the Snorlax. So we don't want to burn that, but the Misty Terrain is up, so even if we had Will-O-Wisp, it would make it quite difficult. And we see a Play Rough. And we'll get another Muddy Water off. Hopefully we get some more accuracy drops here. We'll proc the berry on that Snorlax probably. We do get an accuracy drop again on the Mimikyu and the Snorlax this time, so Tapu Fini getting the work in here, so very good. Proc the berry on the Snorlax. And I'm just going to continue going for the Muddy Waters. I'm going to roost this turn with my Madibuzz. Hopefully a Facade doesn't take us out, and we should be outspeeding the Mimikyu into the Trick Room as well. Because that last Facade was a critical hit, so it did a lot more damage than it probably should have done. So we see my opponent withdraw that Snorlax and bring in the Metagross. The thing that we need to be careful of this next turn is an Explosion. Because if that Metagross goes for an Explosion, which it may likely do, we need to kind of try and preserve our Madibuzz because it's got the taunt and it's our only way to really shut down that Snorlax. And I could totally see an Explosion coming out here. So I'm going to protect my Fini and I'm going to bring in my Arcanine. Because after we're not going to be able to get an Intimidate off onto the Metagross because of the Clear Body ability. but I do not want to lose the Madibuzz. I think I need to kind of keep a hold of that. I'd rather lose Arcanine at this point. So we'll get an Intimidate off onto that Mimikyu. Obviously won't affect the Metagross because of the Clear Body ability. We're just going to protect our Tapu Fini here and see if it is an explosion or not. But no, we just see a Meteor Mash into the Tapu Fini and another Play Rough, doubling into the Fini this turn. So, interesting. But I'm just going to go for another Muddy Water. Actually, I'm not going to risk a Muddy Water this turn. I'm going to go for a Moonblast onto that Mimikyu, and I'm just going to go for a Flare Blitz into that Metagross. You may see Tectonic Rage or an Earthquake come out from the Metagross, or it may just switch out. Because a Flare Blitz probably will take it down from this range, I'd imagine. So no switches for my opponent, just see a Meteor Mash into the Tapu Fini, doing decent damage, and a Play Rough, but because of those accuracy drops it does avoid. So, Moonblast coming out, and we do pick up the KO there, so that's nice. And the Mimikyu is gone, no more threat of Trick Room, and we'll get this Flare Blitz off onto the Metagross, which should, yeah, pick up the KO, which is super nice. So, we've just got that Snorlax, and my opponent's last Pokemon to deal with now. So, let's see. Dimensions twist back to normal, and the Misty Terrain fades from the field. So I wonder what my opponent's last Pokemon is. So there's the Snorlax. Its berry has gone, and it is the Pelipper. Okay. Which isn't too bad. I don't mind that too much. Because I'm just going to go for a Muddy Water, and I'm going to go for a Wild Charge with my Arcanine into that Pelipper. And that should take it down to its Sash. The Muddy Water should pick up the KO. And then we've got the Buzzwole in the back to deal with that Snorlax. We've still got the all-out pummeling, so we should be able to close this game out. As long as a Muddy Water. And, oh no, we're confused. Okay, so we've got to hit the Muddy Water. Get the Wild Charge off. Take the Pelipper down to its Sash. Come on, Fini, come on. Yay! And we hit. Excellent, excellent. So that's making things a lot easier for us. Take down the Pelipper. And do a little bit of damage to that Snorlax as well, which is quite nice. So we just see the Facade come out. This probably will pick up the kill. But this is perfect because it just gives us that really good opportunity to bring in that Buzzwole. And we've got that all-out pummeling that we can feature. So that's brilliant. That's excellent. And Buzzwole, the Flexinator. And we will go way over the top and just make sure that we do pick up the KO onto this Snorlax. I'm not going to let Arcanine take any glory here. I'm just going to protect it. And we'll let Mr. Flexman do his work. And here we go. We've got to get a thumbnail out of this shot, I'm sure, somewhere. Do we see a flex? Come on. No flex. I'll find a flex. So yeah, we're going to get the all-out pummeling off onto the Snorlax. Because of its super effective damage that it's going to do, it's easily going to pick up the kill. And that takes game one for us. So, very comfortable. And the team just showing how well it can kind of cope with an array of different threats as well. So, doing a very good job and good game to my opponent there. So, good start. And really good kind of battle with the team as well. We got to feature a lot of things there. The Madibuzz taunt coming in very handy, showing how strong that is against that Mimikyu Snorlax combination. The Fini just sticking around, putting work in, and then the Arcanine as well. The Wild Charge coming in very handy there, and then topping it out. So all around, a very good team performance. So we'll jump straight back onto the ladder and try and find our next opponent. What music are we going to go for? We should choose something different. Legendary Pokemon. I don't think you've even had this on the channel. Picked it just in time. We have our next opponent, Purple. Decent rating and running a team of... Is that Wigglytuff? Hypno. Wow, this team is really cool. So Wigglytuff, Hypno, Mudsdale, Incineroar, Whimsicott, and Araquanid. So super interesting team. I'm guessing the Hypno is going to be the Trick Room setter here. The Wigglytuff, it will probably have that competitive ability. I'm pretty sure of it. Incineroar's got access to Fake Out. And then we've got to be very careful with the Mudsdale and the Araquanid if a Tailwind does get set up, because it's going to be very threatening to things like Gigalith if it can get the Trick Room up. And obviously both of those have super effective moves against the Gigalith, so it's not going to do us too many favours. So what are we going to do here? I think I am going to bring the Tapu Fini again, because if the Trick Room does go up, I'm going to try and prioritise getting some Calm Minds under my belt. I'm not going to bring Arcanine. I feel like we do need Gigalith though. So we could lead Stoutland, but then there's the Fake Out that we can't really get around, so it's a bit of a pain. Oh no, we're running out of time. At least I clicked in 3 of the Pokemon that we wanted. So, talking too much, guys, talking too much. The team was too good. The team was too interesting. That's what I'm blaming it on. That's my opponent's main strategy. He's got all these crazy Pokemon and you're just looking locked in thinking, wow, this is a cool team. How does this operate? This is really cool. And then before you know it, that time's gone. So, I don't know who our last Pokemon is. I think it's Gigalith. That might come in really good and we'll get off a bit lucky this time. So we see my opponent lead off with the Hypno and the Incineroar, and we're going to lead off with that Tapu Fini and our Madibuzz. So, we totally expect the Fake Out to come out this turn and probably a Trick Room from that Hypno. So, I'm going to go for a Calm Mind with my Tapu Fini, and just in case that Incineroar does not Fake Out my Madibuzz, I'm going to go for a Taunt into the Hypno to try and stop that Trick Room. But as we thought, that Fake Out does come out into the Madibuzz slot. We get the Calm Mind up with the Tapu Fini, and we'll see a Trick Room probably from this Hypno. Yeah, and there's the Trick Room. So, I have no idea what this Hypno is going to do going into this next turn. But what I think I might do is Calm Mind again with my Tapu Fini. I know we're going to lose... We're probably going to lose that. Well, we're definitely going to lose our boost if we switch out the Madibuzz, but I am going to switch it out and bring my Gigalith in. So we see the Hypno withdraw, see the Wigglytuff come in. Okay, super interesting. And a shiny Wigglytuff. Okay. This is, I'm probably enjoying this more than I need to be. This team's awesome. I love it. I love just the different crazy Pokemon choices. So we see a Flare Blitz come out from that Incineroar. Probably will be into that Madibuzz slot. Gigalith taking it like a champ. And we'll get another Calm Mind boost up with our Fini. So now we can start really doing some decent damage to things. I have no idea what this Wigglytuff's going to do. Literally no idea. It is part Fairy type though. So if we have Heavy Slam on the Gigalith, we can hit for super effective damage. But it might be just worth going for Rock Slide, Muddy Water, because there's no chance of any Wide Guard from my opponent's end at this point in the match. So we're pretty free just to do that and get as much damage off as we can. So I am just going to do that. I am just going to go for the Rock Slide and I am going to go for a Muddy Water. And we'll see if this combination is enough to clear the field. We may see a switch my opponent's end. So yeah, Incineroar switching out and that Mudsdale coming in. So it's going to be able to take this rock slide very comfortably. Does very good damage to that Wigglytuff though. Very good damage. Boost the stamina ability on that Mudsdale so its defense will go up. And a Hyper Beam into the Tapu Fini. So those Calm Minds really coming in handy now. And we'll get this Muddy Water off. So it should be doing very good damage. +2 on the Mudsdale. And it KOs both Pokemon. Oh, that's super unfortunate for my opponent. I don't think it would have normally KO'd from +2, but we get a critical hit and clear the field. So sitting in a very nice position now. We've got that Hypno to come back in and the Incineroar. So yeah, we're sitting very comfortable. That's super unfortunate for my opponent there. Yeah, there's not really anything we can do. But we probably would have done a very good chunk of damage to that Mudsdale regardless of the critical hit anyway. So, I mean, next turn it may have even been... we don't know. I don't know if it was Assault Vest or what item it had on it. But... very unfortunate for my opponent. So he does bring in his last 2 Pokemon, which are the Hypno and the Incineroar. So we're quite free here to again just go for a Muddy Water and just a Rock Slide again. We'll probably see a Fake Out onto the Gigalith, but my opponent just forfeits. So a bit unfortunate that critical hit kind of closing the match off really quickly there for him. But all the style points in the world go to this guy for his Pokemon choices, so you can't take that away from him. But I do apologise for the crit, but good games there. So that was very quick, guys. So what we'll do, we will jump straight into another game and see if we can squeeze out one more game with this team. I'm having a lot of fun using it. It's very good. And it's nice because I used Gigalith obviously in one of my teams earlier on the channel, and I forgot how much I just like Gigalith. It's just such a good Pokemon. It's got such good utility against opposing weathers, and it hits so hard as well. It's really great Pokemon. So it's nice being able to use it again. So what are we going to choose this time? Music wise, let's go for Battle Royale. Finish off with Battle Royale today. So hopefully we can finish 3 out of 3 today. We get a very strong opponent, 1799 opponent from Japan, and they are running a team of. They are running another QR code team. So their team is Tapu Koko, Alolan Ninetales, Porygon 2, Gigalith, Arcanine, and Alolan Raichu. So, right, we've got to be very careful, obviously, about leading with the Fini here because of that electric core with the Tapu Koko and the Raichu. Although if we do lead the Tapu Fini, we guarantee our terrain up, not theirs. So it is tempting as well to lead the Fini. I definitely am going to bring the Gigalith here because it's very good against the Ninetales. With the Assault Vest, it's good against both Tapu Koko, Raichu, and the Porygon 2, and it does very good damage to that Arcanine. So all in all, they're the definite choices that I'm going to bring. Now, what else do I want to bring to the field? We could lead off with the Madibuzz, because it does have Taunt for the Trick Room, but I don't think Trick Room is going to be too problematic for us. So I am going to bring Tapu Fini. Let's think. I bring Arcanine, Gigalith, and let's bring Buzzwole. Yeah, let's bring that Buzzwole because Buzzwole's going to be nice if we get out of that Trick Room situation, and we can hit the Porygon 2 for super effective damage, the Gigalith for super effective damage. Just need to be very careful around the Tapu Koko and that Alolan Raichu. They can fire off Fairy and Psychic type attacks respectively. They will hit us for very good damage. So we'll lead off with that Tapu Fini Arcanine. And let's see what my opponent brings out. Tapu Koko and the Arcanine. Okay. So we see the electric terrain activate on that Tapu Koko, but we will activate our Misty terrain, which will overwrite that. We see that my opponent's Arcanine is faster than our Arcanine, which kind of indicates that it might be a more offensive Arcanine build. I'm just going to check before we do anything else what the Arcanine speed is that we're running. So it's 115, so we're not running super fast Arcanine at all. So what do I want to do here? I think I might just protect my Tapu Fini and go for a Flare Blitz into the Tapu Koko. Get some damage off onto that Tapu Koko. And we'll see what my opponent's move choices are as well. Just scout out some stuff. So we see the Volt Switch is into the Arcanine. Does some huge damage. Huge damage. I wonder if that's specs. They were way more damage than I thought it would. And I wonder if my opponent's Arcanine is choice banded, and if he's doubled up into my Arcanine. No, we just see a wild charge, and he has, yeah. So he does take us down to just in the red, but proc our berry, so we'll get all that health back. And then a little bit more, and we'll get a Flare Blitz into this Raichu, which is nice just for getting some damage onto it. Huge damage. Super nice. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch in my Gigalith at this point, and I'm going to go for an extreme speed onto that Raichu. Hopefully it goes for a fake out into this Tapu Fini slot. I don't think it will though. It's more likely that it probably will target down the Arcanine this turn, but it might not even have fake out. We don't know. So switch out a Fini into our Gigalith. Activate that Sand Stream. We do see the fake out from the Raichu. It is into the Arcanine slot. And a Wild Charge from the Arcanine again into the Arcanine. Okay. And the critical hit this time does take us out, which is a little bit unfortunate, but not the worst thing in the world. So here, I'm going to bring in my Buzzwole because I don't want to bring in the Tapu Fini yet, because that Tapu Koko will come back in at some point in this match, and I want to have the Fini to bring in to kind of overwrite the electric terrain. So here, just going to go for a Rock Slide, and I'm just going to protect my Buzzwole from any psychic type attacks, but I've got a feeling that Arcanine might be banded, so there's probably just a Wild Charge coming out here. May switch. So yeah, we see the Arcanine switch out, kind of indicates that it probably is choice banded, so we will need to be careful of that close combat. Protect the Buzzwole. And is this a Shattered Psyche? It is. Shattered Psyche from the Alolan Raichu, and it will be into that Buzzwole. So good job we did protect there, so we should hopefully be able to survive this through the protect. It's going to do some good damage though. Imagine probably just over 50, or maybe a bit more. Oh no, just under 50, so not the worst. Do get the Rock Slide off. And we take down the Ninetales, so no Sash on that Ninetales, which is really interesting. But the hail is in effect, so now we've got that Tapu Koko, and we have the Arcanine to deal with. So Tapu Koko will get the electric terrain up. The Arcanine has got that Intimidate. I think I'm going to switch because I want the Gigalith to have... Yeah, I want the Gigalith to at least have the Sandstorm up so I can take those attacks a bit better from the Tapu Koko. So I'm going to switch the Gigalith out into the Fini. And I don't think we'll be able to, but I don't think Buzzwole will get an attack off this turn. But if somehow we manage to get an attack off, I'm going to go for an all-out pummeling into that Arcanine, just to get some additional damage onto it. But I think we'll probably lose the Buzzwole this turn. So get the Fini in, get rid of that electric terrain. See what the Koko goes for. Thunderbolt is into the Buzzwole, and it does take us down. And we'll see what this Arcanine goes for. So close combat, it is a close combat. Okay. So, if we can survive a combination of close combat and a Thunderbolt, we should be able to win this game. Because we can Earthquake with Gigalith, and that should take the Arcanine down after another close combat drop. And I'm going to go for a Muddy Water just in case they do double target into the Gigalith and take us down. But then if that happens, I don't think we can really win the game because the Tapu Koko will just clean up. So we've got to kind of hope for... So yeah, there's not really much point of doing that. So I'm just going to protect my Fini, and I'm going to go for an Earthquake with the Gigalith. And we've got to hope that we can survive Thunderbolt and a close combat. Hopefully, hopefully. We may not see my opponent double into it, but I would imagine he probably will. So we protect the Fini. Thunderbolt is into the Gigalith. So yeah, we're going to see the double in. Oh, I don't think we're going to be able to survive this. No, no way. Yeah. Yeah. She's a bit unfortunate. We're probably better off going for the Muddy Water there. But I guess going for it in that situation, we could have got an accuracy drop onto the Tapu Koko and then maybe picked up the KO the next turn with a Moonblast. And we kind of have to hope that it would miss from that point. But I'm going to imagine that a Thunderbolt from this range will probably take us out from the damage that it's doing. It seems like it's choice specs. So it probably will pick up the kill. Yeah, easy peasy. So, very good game to my opponent there. Just too overpowering, and then not bringing any method of speed control there kind of really hurt us in the end. So we needed the Madibuzz, I think, just to kind of get a jump on my opponents. Or even the Stoutland there may have been nice end game to have that after you with the Gigalith, just to get that final rock slide or earthquake off, whatever we needed to do. So just a bit misunderjudged there, but we had a very good few battles with the team. So guys, I hope you've really enjoyed this episode. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. We've had 3 really good games, 2 wins and a loss, but I think the loss is more down to just us being a bit, not picking well in team preview, and then that end game there, like I said, everything was just too overpowering. The Specs Tapu Koko was just too much, and the Banded Arcanine together, both outspeeding everything that I had, so we had no speed control on our end. And if we'd brought something to kind of just adjust that slightly, we would have had a lot better a chance to kind of pick up a win there. So never mind though. These things do happen, but the other 2 games were very good, and the team just showed how solid it is. So I would definitely recommend, guys, going on, having a go with the team. And just a final thanks and a big shout out to Andrea for giving us this team to use and putting it out there on the QR code on the global link. So like I said, I have, and I will link it in the description below for you guys to go out and check it out. But if you've enjoyed the episode, guys, please leave a like on the video. It is massively appreciated. If this is the first time you're watching the channel, or if you're just not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get all the daily updates for when these videos come out, which are on a weekly basis, and the School of Hard Knocks, which are your daily uploads, and then we've got the team review episodes on top of that. So just to make sure you're kind of catching everything when it is coming out and staying up to date with stuff. So do that, guys, do that. So we will be back tomorrow, guys, with another episode of the School of Hard Knocks, playing that very fun double duck team that we've been playing this week. So hopefully we can kind of continue on with that and continue the success we've had with that, because it's been super fun so far, and it's very interesting with how the team's kind of unfolding throughout this week, because when I put it together, I didn't have a lot of practice with it beforehand. I literally threw it together and had a few practice games and thought, yeah, it's going to work. So I wasn't really too sure about it, and it was a lot of theory. So the ideas seem to be working at the minute, so I am going to touch wood, and hopefully we can kind of continue that for the rest of the week. On other news as well, guys, we have an international challenge, an online tournament this weekend. I will link where you can sign up for that in the description. That is again on the Pokemon Global Link website. That will run from Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I think it's 15 games per day, and I will be recording again the entire series of games that I play of the IC. I won't be uploading them straight away, and I'll explain why at some other point nearer the time, but I will keep them and I will feature them at some point. So I'll be trying my best to get a really good score and feature a really fun team to provide you guys with some more content. But I'm going to leave things there, guys, so thank you so much as always for tuning in. You're absolutely amazing. Keep the comments coming. If you've got any questions about today's episode or the team or anything like that, please just let me know. And until tomorrow, I will see you then. So whatever you're doing, guys, go away, take care of yourselves, and have a great evening. And I will see you again tomorrow. So until then, guys, bye-bye.